Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle, Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so parts may or may not resonate. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we do have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is representing some form of traditional structure. So, and this is representing the Hierophant's job is to bring justice in from the spiritual realm down to the physical. So if you're a religious person, that could represent, your church, the people that run your church, your, popes, bishops, cardinals, rabbis, gurus, whoever that is. And also this can represent the energy of, if you're more spiritual, the energy of, getting in touch with God without the intermediary. And this is talking about through meditation and prayer. And bringing that down into the physical, it's the Hierophant's responsibility. This would represent someone in traditional structure of law and order. He does have his hand in the form of, his right hand in the form of a blessing. And so this is talking about, it will be, if you're on the right side of the law, it will be a blessing for you coming in. And we do have the Empress energy. The Empress is from the Major Arcana. She embodies the qualities of all four queens from the Minor Arcana. And she has earned this status because of all that she's been through. She has the life experience to have gone through enough hardships and also good ships, achievements, to have the status of Empress and the life experience to back it up while she stays on her destined path, doing her best to be, the best version she can be of herself. This is my cat, Stella, who's, if you see her tail there, I don't know if you, all right, are you going to purr? She likes to sit on my lap and purr during readings, so a cat's purr can raise the vibration to a healing energy that actually lowers blood pressure. So let's see. The Empress, she's growing wheat at her feet here. She's considered to be like pregnant with possibilities. Sometimes this can represent a pregnancy. So just be careful. You're very fertile at this time. If you're not wanting to get pregnant, make sure you take that into consideration. And this is also talking about this wheat that she grows at her feet. She does make plans and puts them into action. If she decides, okay, I'm going to grow a crop, what will it be, durum or wheat? And then she'll choose the field and she'll choose, take a look at the soil and see, does it need amending? Does it need fertilizer? She'll make sure all the stones and rocks and anything that could damage the seeding and harvesting equipment, that they're picked clean from the field. And then when it's the perfect opportunity, she sows those seeds. And after that, she is an organic farmer. She doesn't spray. So that is what the time, the money, and the energy that she's willing to invest in this project. She waves her magic wand and says, okay, nature, do your thing. And nature usually does do very well. She might throw in a rain dance or two if necessary. But other than that, she just allows, the universe to take care of it. And she's known for growing bumper crops. This is talking about the sun coming in. The sun is God's energy. This is the happiest card in the deck. So when the sun does show up in a reading, it's saying, it's shining its light on all the other cards. This is saying that, you're born to be, a child of God is born to be happy and live a fulfilling life. The sunflowers are turning to the sun, and that's representing God's energy and happiness. And this young child is riding this pony, totally fearless, no reins, no saddle, just carefree. And this is him carrying this heavy banner representing his destiny for life, and he's carrying that with ease. And then we have the Hermit. The Hermit is talking about this energy coming in, I guess, after a dark night of the soul, because the Hermit, when something happens and it's very, very upsetting, then and it shakes your foundation. That's when the Hermit climbs to the top of the mountain, and he wants to isolate himself so that he can meditate and pray and get into communion with God, so he knows what action to take next. And the lantern is full of the North Star energy, representing his destined path. So when he has enough light and it's reflecting on his rod, he comes down from the mountain and takes action. And we have a new cycle happening here. So I feel that there has been a difficult cycle that you've been through. There's some hardship here, and the rest of this I feel is like it's talking about, this bottom row. I'm building a pyramid, and this bottom row is talking about what we have to work with here. And so the Fool is taking a leap of faith. He's off on a new cycle. He starts at the 0 point. And the sun is white here. That's representing the innocence of starting a new cycle. He does have a little bit of baggage, but not much. And you notice his sleeves here are tattered. The tattered sleeves represent that although he is on a new cycle, he is taking what he learned from the past cycles and bringing it into this one, so that he can, learn from it and move forward in an even stronger way. Pentacles in the tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimension. And a big part of that, of course, is money. But, that's why the pentacles, this is actually the element of earth represented by the coins. And that's because money it definitely is an important part of life in the 3D. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not have your health or love in your life, and you're not going to be living your best lifestyle. So this card is talking not just about the coin, it's talking about the lifestyle. And this person is like wondering, like, this might be your energy at this time. You might be used to having bumper crops, and maybe you started a project and it's just not panning out the way you expected it to. And you maybe anticipated a much bigger return than one pentacle. And this person is like trying to figure out, should I keep going with this project? Is there something that I can do to make this work? Or should I just accept my losses and write it off and start a new project? So he's not happy with the return. Now, this is someone who's used to being successful, because, 7 of Pentacles is nothing to sneeze at. 7 of Pentacles, the most you can have is 10. 10 would be billionaire status, 9 would be multimillionaire, and 8 would be a millionaire. So this is, probably around 700, thousand, that type of energy. So it's not a small amount of money. It's not a small, investment. So this is problemsome for sure. And this is, I think, the main focus of wanting to maybe figure out, okay, what is happening to this lost money here? What happened? And maybe that's why the Hierophant is here. We do have the star energy. So the star energy is talking about following your North Star. So it is saying that if you're the Empress and you have been following your path, your destined path, but something has happened to shake the foundation a bit. But you are starting a new cycle, and you're wanting to find out what happened to this lost money. So this could be saying you're having to start with this money and instead of what you were expecting, but you are in your star energy. You are following your North Star. This star energy is dipping her foot into the universal pool and adding her own special qualities to that, and then pouring that out onto earth. You'll notice there's 5 streams here. Those 5 streams represent the 5 points on the pentacle. And so this is representing bringing that energy in to benefit your lifestyle. We have, okay, so this is the dark night of the soul energy. We have a never-ending nightmare here. So this energy is talking about a cycle that just keeps repeating. And no matter, I feel it again is about this energy here. So perhaps the Hierophant hasn't come in yet. if you're starting a new cycle and it's saying that you're happy to start this new cycle, why is this continuing? This could represent the energy that you are actually have been doing a lot of meditation and prayer, and now you are getting guidance through your dreams possibly and trying to remember them, or the Holy Spirit has come over you in the wee hours of the morning and you're trying to remember your dream. What consistent steps of action was I supposed to take? And so this can be also talking that the universe does have you covered. You see the universal symbols on this quilt are representing that the universe does have you covered. This is saying, however, that you are probably going to have to leave your comfort zone and also, get out of bed. This can sometimes represent boredom. It could be like getting ready to move on a different, like on this path rather than cleaning up the last of the old one. And we have, yeah, because look at, isn't that interesting? This is a short cycle. So this is applying your energy. And now maybe the Hierophant is coming through. So this is talking about you've achieved everything you can from this cycle and you're ready to move forward again and move forward in a stronger way yet. So you may have found out what happened here. And the Hierophant maybe is bringing in a blessing with that information. Let's see what follows here. We have, again, moving off to calmer waters. So isn't this interesting? This never-ending cycle energy just came back in. After it's almost like saying the Empress was happy again, and then consulted with the Hermit because she wanted to go on a new adventure, but it didn't turn out the way she expected. She applied herself to it and then ended up in this energy again and has learned all she can from this cycle. So this is talking about going on a cycle that did not work out when she was in this energy. So this is talking about a downward spiral rather than an upward one. So now the interesting thing though is that she has learned something about her childhood, I feel. Because now this is back on the Hermit, and this new journey was maybe learning what happened to this. Oh. So this is talking about maybe the journey she was taking was to find out, okay, I'm going to go find out what happened to this money and to how it's affecting my lifestyle, and putting all her energy into figuring that out to end this never-ending nightmare. And now she has the information she needs. I feel that's what's happening, but I feel like this information has been upsetting. And so she is going again. This is talking about moving off from this rough water. This is definitely, I feel, about her childhood. And this is talking about the destined path she was supposed to take. Something happened here. And this energy, the conveyor is pushing off with this long pole to get out of this rough water. This rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions and an energy of like chaos, like feeling chaotic. The swords represent the energy of your thoughts. It's the element of air, and it's your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. Now, the child with the adult and no baggage at all quite often represents wanting to heal your inner child. I feel that whatever this energy was that you learned, you now know the truth, but it was a real hard truth to swallow. And so it's ended a cycle, and it could be like a lot of energy. Like this could represent it has ended the how you live, how you've been living, who you've been living with, who's in your inner circle, all of that energy. This can be like, this was like a big, big shift. And so this is wanting to go off and heal from it. I feel this is saying that it was really hard news to hear. Let's put it that way, about your childhood and what happened. This is causing a major transition in your life. So this card is saying that whatever cycle this was that you were on, you have totally abandoned it. So that's this energy here. And this is a major transition for you. You're moving forward in a totally different way with a big change. The Grim Reaper represents death and rebirth. This is talking about the light at the end of the tunnel. And we did just have an eclipse season. This can represent eclipse season as well. The light at the end of the dark. And the eclipse season was on February 17th and on March 3rd, we had 2 different eclipses. That energy is kind of like potpourri, just bubbling softly in the back burner of your stove. And so you can smell it. It's there, but it's not something that you pay a lot of attention to. But 6 months later, you look back and you say, holy, there was a lot of shift that happened in my life during this time frame. And you don't really notice it. This will be around mid-August that it'll be 6 months since the eclipse has happened. And it's just that kind of energy where you'll be like, wow, when you look back. But you were so busy dealing with it that you didn't really notice how much had really changed. And this is talking about, the older person is bartering, saying, we don't want you to come through town. But we all know death and taxes are the 2 things we can absolutely rely on. And change is also one of those things. It's change. We are having change every second of every minute of every day. But we don't notice change so much unless it's dramatic or drastic. And it's, quite often if it's negative change, that's when we really pay attention. And the energy here is talking about these youngsters are like, with the flower here, they are like excited and happy to have the change coming to town. If you've ever lived in a small town, when a stranger comes into town and they're interesting, it's something to talk about. So the Grim Reaper is the talk of the town. And this is representing old systems changing. And so this is that energy here. We do have a new passion, though, coming in. This is talking about the Page of Wands is one of 4 pages in the Minor Arcana. The pages work for the King and Queen starting around the age of 7 to 14. Now, that may sound really young to you, but in the old days, you have to remember that the lifespan was about half of what it is now. So this sometimes can represent, because we're talking about childhood, this could represent something that happened, some information coming in. This is communication, information coming in. And it could be around when you were 7 or 14 or like elementary school, high school, and early, like, if you went to university or, started to join the workforce, that type of energy. And this is talking about the Page of Wands brings in a new passion for taking action. So some sort of information or communication comes through. And as I said, it could be from someone that you knew from that time frame, or about this healing, this energy that you're doing your best to heal regarding what happened when you were younger. This can also be just a passion for new energy coming in. The wands do represent the element of fire, and the element of fire in the wands are made of wood, so they fuel the fire, and it's talking about taking passionate action. Now, one thing about the Page of Wands is that you need to know when he brings his communication in. You may notice he really, really admires his wand, very passionate about his wand, looking up to it. And so he, think of a young masculine energy. He really thinks with his little head. So his information may not always be 100% accurate, because quite often he has his mind on other things. And then we have the Magician coming in. So the Magician is pointing to this energy. He's saying, this is talking about 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And he is talking about building a beautiful garden on planet Earth, that you have the potential to do so. You can bring your thoughts, those were created, from a higher place, bring that down to Earth and create this beautiful garden. You have all the tools that you need. You just need to learn how to use them, and which tool to use in which circumstance. Also, he has an Ouroboros around his waist, which that's the snake biting its tail, which represents don't get caught in loops that keep you stuck in energy. Don't be afraid to shed your skin and shed what no longer works for you and begin a new cycle again here. The magician is pointing to this transition coming up for you. So this is definitely saying, I know you've just been through one transition, you're going through another. Congratulations. And this is because, yes, your foundation was shaken, but the foundation was shaky to begin with. When you communed with God, now you know what the problem is, and you need to work through that energy. You have the tools to do so and create this beautiful life that you want to live on planet Earth. So don't be afraid of the change coming in again. This is going to bring a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of, this card is talking about a lot of opportunities coming in, 7 different opportunities, but each cup represents a gift of something that is a gift, but there's kind of all different energies in here. So all of these are opportunities, but they may come up as challenges. The universe wants to see you put your own energy into these. So you're like a black hole, just like sucking in all these opportunities. But you, just like a black hole, you are the center of your universe, and you have to put your own spin on what you're going to do with each of these gifts, so that you can turn them into like your own beautiful garden. And this is saying this is destined for you. You can choose 1, you can choose 2. You can, this one has a snake in it, so it could be very challenging. This one is a mushroom. We're not quite sure what that's about. We have beauty. We have our laurel representing winning, beautiful flowers. And so this energy is talking about these may look like challenges, but if you put your own spin on them, they are going to, and take action, they are going to be very beneficial for you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So the Ace of Swords is talking about new energy coming in because of this truth that you're dealing with. And it's better to know the truth than not to know the truth. Once you know the truth, then you at least can take strong action towards your goals, because you know what really truly is going on. This is the obstacles, and this is having the courage to be able to move forward and step into that. And it looks like there's a King of Cups coming in here. And this King of Cups energy is offering a cup of love. Now, quite often this could be romantic love. The King of Cups, if he's offering a cup of love, it's generally a solid offer. He is someone that, he is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He has really learned how to rein his emotions in, and that's saying for you to also do the same like the king, because there's no point in getting, like, if you get all emotional and you let your mind run on you, then you can be more focused on where you don't want to go than where you do want to go. And so the king is out in the middle of all this volatile water, which is representing emotion and chaos. He's sitting in the eye of the storm. He does have his right foot forward. He's ready to take action with this cup of love. Now, and when he feels the time is right, that's when he will do so. He has a lot of emotional intelligence, so he's patiently waiting. He knows that he's just waiting. If you're the one that he's wanting to, you're the Empress energy, he may be wanting to offer you a cup of love, and knows that you've been through a lot, but is waiting till the perfect time when you're calmer, when you're more likely to take his offer. And sometimes this can also represent your paternal line. So it could be a cup of love coming in from your ancestors. They may even be crossed over on the other side, and they may be trying to guide you from another world, basically. So it could be both, basically. And they're trying to get your attention and say, these are the steps you need to take. This king is coming in. This is to empower you. This could represent also energy on your paternal side that could be involved in this situation in some way. This could represent an uncle, cousins, male cousins, male or masculine energy of brother energy if you have brothers. This could represent brothers-in-law, and the paternal side of your spouse's family, if you have if you do have a spouse, or even if you've let go of a spouse and now you're looking for new love, or your spouse let go of you. Now that energy could be. We do have, yes, this King of Cups is wanting to offer you a cup of love. I do feel this is romantic love. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. This is going to change your world. It's going to be a way better world for you. You're not going to have to worry about this energy anymore. Whatever this was, I feel that the King of Cups is aware of it and maybe working behind the scenes to make sure that that's that energy I was picking up, working behind the scenes to make sure that this is straightened out, whatever it is. He is passionate about you and wants to take passionate action. And this is a cup of love coming in. Now, if you already have love in your life, this could be talking about a renewal of, your vows, or more passion coming back into your life. Another like a breath of fresh air into your new into your old established relationship. Sometimes this can also represent when a cup of love is being offered, that it could be someone that is interested in something you love to do or be and is there and wanting to support you. But this is generally like the Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor that comes in with a cup of love. And this is generally a romantic offer that's solid. And then we have, and look at this, we have a Queen of Cups. So this could be representing that. Now, this could also be representing an energy of your ancestors coming in, both your maternal line and your paternal line coming through from the other side and sending you their love through your dreams to tell you to make sure that you stay on your path. It's the universe does have you covered. Everybody loves you. You are loved. If you're feeling scared or worried, don't worry. We're here for you on the other side. Or this could represent that the king, or it could be both. The King of Cups is looking at you as someone that would be definitely someone he would be wanting to marry. This is talking, the Queen of Cups is the most maternal. So he may be looking for wanting to start a family. This energy, she has, her cup of love is like a trophy. There's a lid on it saying that she's a container of unconditional love. This is representing someone that has a big heart, that's very kind. And, someone that is most likely to be in a very traditional type of marriage. Almost like, what am I picking up? Like that trad, T-R-A-D, trad life type energy, going back to the old ways, being on the farm and doing like being a stay-at-home mom and homeschooling the children, that type of energy. I'm just picking up some sort of energy of that. It could be that, and it also could be, it doesn't have to be that, but I'm picking up like that real more traditional lifestyle. And we do have the Hierophant here as well. And then we also have the King of Cups here. So how many kings do we have out here now? We have 2 kings, and we have the Queen and the Empress. So this definitely could be a couple. And as I said, it could represent your parents. This energy could be, this king could be the one that's bringing the cup of love. Maybe this is, remember I had a reading a few days ago, and it was about an arranged marriage. Could have something to do with that. We'll see here. Because I'm picking up like some sort of energy like that. Maybe you've been, I don't know, like maybe you ran away from this energy and then you went back to your more traditional values from your childhood, and this is an arranged marriage of some sort. Like I can't grab this reading 100%. I feel like this is very similar to another reading that we had. So I wonder why this energy is coming in so much lately. There's been a lot of energy around this arranged marriages, like different, this is more like, a culture that, like cultures that are have arranged marriages through for religious reasons, and also this doesn't feel like this is a king queen that type of reason. Like this feels like it's more religious. So it has to do with some sort of a religious energy. And this King of Pentacles could be the king that they want to marry, the Empress energy. I feel like it's more something to do with that. Now let's keep, like the King of Pentacles is someone who is known to be very, very good at, providing a really good lifestyle. Someone who has a lot of money. They are admired for their business acumen. Quite often this would be someone that is, someone, that handles a lot of money is what I'm picking up. And this is talking like it could be through banking, investments, capital gains, that type of energy, a capitalist energy. This is also, I'm picking up the energy of Dubai kind of energy, like real big money. And this energy also is talking about, it doesn't have to be, but it's someone who's in the banking industry. This could represent financial advisors, planners, accountants, high up though, someone that's mastered their craft and they're looked up to. People go to them for advice. This also can represent like a very, very successful entrepreneur. This can be someone who owns a lot of land. This is the element of earth, and it's talking about, maybe real estate, brokers, a lot of land exchange, like land developers, that sort of energy. So this is talking about, it can be also someone that's the chief financial advisor for a large corporation. The grapes all over the robe here represent the ability to have a luxurious lifestyle, a very luxurious lifestyle. And this is talking about having grapes are hard to grow, but this person is able to grow anything, basically. That's what this is saying. Grow business, grow. They're very good at making money and providing a very lucrative lifestyle. But there's a heartbreak here for some reason. So, the heart, when you look at this, it's 3 swords in the heart. But the heart is quite big when you look at it. So this is a heartbreaking decision has to be made. So this is potentially a heartbreaking decision has to be made. And this is I feel this is the Empress going through the back and forth of this energy. I do feel this is the parents arranging a marriage, offering their daughter for a cup of, and this is, the Empress has to make this decision. Is she going to go do this or not? I feel like it's that type of energy. This can talk about not being afraid to speak your truth. It can also be talking about gossip, slander, harsh words, maybe spoken between them. Maybe she escaped this and then she was brought back, that type of energy. I don't know, I don't get a real, but the Hierophant is here, so let's just keep going. So this is talking about a potentially heartbreaking decision needing to be made. But when you look at the swords in the heart, you recognize that the heart is quite big compared to the swords in context. So perhaps this isn't as horrible as it seems to begin with. Judgment is being called on this situation from the Most High. So this is talking about judgment being brought in regarding, and the ancestors are cheering. So what happened? Possibly there was something that happened where someone had promised to look after their daughter and then didn't, and now judgment is being called on this situation. That could be. And so I'm not quite sure what all of this is about, but I'm picking up like a very luxurious lifestyle, but there was heartbreak in it. And I feel this is paternal energy, that perhaps judgment is being called on what happened here. And maybe they have crossed over to the other side now. and they are like literally like cheering, and the ancestors and the descendants are waving at each other across the veil. There's an energy here of judgment being called and the angel blowing their horn, and maybe skeletons coming out of the closet, and possibly like Pandora's box being opened. So there's some sort of, I feel like this could be quite public. It's not the most, there was a lot of disappointment in the arrangement is what I'm feeling. So judgment is being called. So let's look here. So this is talking about the universe saying, after this has happened, that judgment has been called, and it's offering like taking another chance. So this could be talking about someone who's afraid to take another chance because they've been through a bad time. And now this is saying, the universe saying, no, this is actually, I feel like there's some sort of energy around what I talked about beforehand, and that might be a different story, and this is a new one coming in. But I also feel that these parents might be on the other side now. And this is talking about the arrangement. Like this can sometimes be third-party energy involved in romantic love. This can sometimes be about giving someone 3 chances and they're asking for a 4th. This can be applying yourself in 3 different, relationships or whatever, and being offered this one now, and that this one now works out. But there's some sort of truth coming in about this situation. Okay, Stella, it's okay. We're almost done. So the Empress energy, some communication comes in, passionate, an upgrade in your energy, a message from the King of Pentacles. I feel that that's definitely that this is a potentially heartbreaking decision, or perhaps this is talking about healing a heartbreaking decision. The universe is saying you can trust this arrangement. Take this cup of love, and you're leery whether or not you want to take it. But judgment is being called, and this is saying that this is a true cup of love, and that you won't be, like it's almost saying to end this never-ending nightmare. Or that you have done the healing work to end this fear of being able to love again. And you need to step back into your star energy. The Hierophant is here with a blessing. So it's saying on the spiritual realm that this has been, judgment was called, and there's someone, I feel, new coming in to be there. After you've gone through a very hard time, and it was something that happened in your childhood. There could have been family members, people that you looked up to that, I'm just picking up like, something that happened in your childhood. We'll leave it at that. All right, so let's keep going here and let's clarify this. If you're leaving the reading here, I just feel that if this is your reading, you know what happened to you in your childhood. And I do feel that it may have been involving some the extended family was involved in some way. And it wasn't a pleasant experience for you, clearly. And now maybe it's just turned you off love. But this is the universe saying, no, you've done the healing work. And this is a strong offer. This is a good, solid offer. I do feel this is that's what this is talking about. That you've healed this energy. Take this offer. You're a star. You deserve to have a good life. And this is a blessing coming in. So, I do feel that you had to overcome something major here. All right, we're going to keep going here. And this is, I'm clarifying with my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. And we'll see if we can get a little bit more information here on what's going on, because it seems like there's some very different energy here. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings that I did for this oracle. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. The numbers here represent the paintings as they're listed on in my gallery, and of the paintings. So I will put them in the description box below, and then you can take a look. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. It may give you further clarity as to what's going on for you here. And maybe you're trying to make a choice about something here, and you're maybe not all the way healed, you're partly healed. I feel that definitely this is about healing something that happened in your childhood, and it involved family members. And the parents, I feel your parents are on the other side, and they are fine. They're cheering because judgment is coming in, and this is an offer from the Most High saying it's safe for you to love again. The star energy, it's emphasizing that, yes, this is the Empress here. So this is the energy that we're talking about. And this is saying you can enjoy a foolhardy, anticipate a foolhardy journey. This is a strong offer. This is going to be really a beneficial move for you if you're trying to make this decision. The High Priestess is talking about using your intuition, and it's also talking about this time right now. And this is about being joyful, that you are meant to be a joyful child, that you're a child of God and you're meant to be joyful, and you deserve all the love that you deserve in your life, and that you've done the hard work to rise to the occasion. This is talking about manifesting at a strong level like the Empress. You know, the lifestyle that you want. And the Cancer energy, I feel, is talking about this blue moon. Once in a blue moon, something happens, and it's really rare, and that's tomorrow night. It'll be tonight, because this will be reading. I'm doing this the night before the full moon energy coming out. This is in the sign of Sagittarius, and I feel it's a launching pad for some really amazing energy that's coming in, and on June 9th, and that's when Venus and Jupiter, which actually is ruling over the Sagittarius energy, that they're going into the sign of Cancer just for that one day on June 9th. And a lot of astrologers are saying that this is the luckiest day of this year of 2026. And when it comes to love and money. So this reading is saying, hey, don't give up now. You want to keep going. You want to make sure that this is a major transition. It's a blessing. So don't be afraid to move forward, and you deserve love. So on June 9th, and some astrologers are even saying this is the most lucky day in love and money for a decade. And look at this, we have the Empress energies here. So this is talking about healing from this energy. Thank you, cards, for showing us this. I have a better understanding now. So this is talking about following your North Star, and that you've done the work and you deserve God's judgment. There we have, is come in. So this is talking about your heart being unfettered now. This is a transition for you. You've done the healing work from what happened to you when you were a child. It's okay, move forward. It's okay to love. You deserve, and remember the magician has to shed their skin. That's what the Ouroboros is about. You have to let go of what doesn't work for you anymore and allow the healing to come in so you can have this passion for moving forward. This is the Sun. Again saying that God is here. This is God's judgment. This is a gift from the divine, recognizing your fear, and don't worry, that this is that God has your back here. Basically, this is ordained, and it's safe to move forward in this energy. And then we have there's an elephant in the room, and this card has been coming up a lot. This is about a lot of times this can be like political moves, a dissemination of information. Sometimes when people say one thing and do another, That's the kind of energy I'm picking up here. And I feel like that this could be your grandparents or great-grandparents or your parents' energy, or all of them from your maternal and paternal side are like singing in the heavens, basically. Yay, finally, our beautiful child is going to have justice on this planet. So something's happening. And look, we have the Hierophant again, and it's sitting right on the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and this new love offer coming in. All right, now we got some action happening. And then look at this, we have the moon again, and it's saying reckless abandon, as in WRECK. So this is talking about, you know, discipline your mind and you have freedom to move forward. So this is talking about you've done the work, you deserve to have this love coming in, you're worthy of love, and your ancestors are absolutely thrilled. If they've crossed the veil, they've been like not resting in peace until this, whatever happened here, whatever happened to you, they're not, they want you to know they're with you in your dreams. And I can just feel like this overwhelming, like big energetic hug coming in, saying, don't ever for a second think that you're not loved. It's really, really a very emotional, like a very deep, deep emotion. And so, yeah, and look at the only sign that's come out horoscope-wise is the Cancer, and that's that day when, on June 9th, when Venus and Jupiter move into that sign. Now, I'm not saying it's going to just magically, everything's better on that day, but it's talking about, you know, really start feeling this energy, move into it, use this once in a blue moon energy as a springboard to move into better energy. It's basically saying you might be really tired right now, and your ancestors don't want you to give up. They're saying, don't give up now, you're almost there. It may not feel like you're almost there. That's the way life is. A lot of times, just when we're about to be successful, we give up. They're saying, don't give up. It's going to get better. It's already happening on the spiritual realm. All right, that's good news. We could all use that energy. Since the cat deserted us and quit purring, she decided to go eat instead. All right, I do thank you for your likes and comments, and thank you for subscribing. I'm honored when you do so, and I will have another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.